Hello guys, how are you? Crypto Carlos here, Carlos Lopez de Lara. Today I want to talk with you a little bit about how to set up a stake pool, because it might be a little bit tricky. If you have tried to set up your stake pool using the nightly testnet, and you are trying to do it now in the incentivized testnet, you will find out that there is a particular step in the process that has changed a lot, and it is the one related with where did you get the funds to pay for the certificate of your stake pool. Nightly you were doing it with the faucet, but now in the rewards incentivized testnet, you have to use the balance that you have in your account from the balance check, right? So it is a little bit tricky because it requires that you recover your wallet in using Cardano wallet, the backend, and migrating that Byron wallet to a Shelley wallet. And what I want to show you now is the process that I did, how it came. The sad thing is that I didn't record it live when I was actually doing it. But what I did is I saved my sessions from the terminal, and that is what I'm going to show you now. All the steps that I followed, what happened, what were the outputs, what these outputs meant, and what was the final result of this. In this video, we are only taking a look into the first step of the process, which is migrating your wallet and then sending the transaction from your balance check wallet to a new address that you have to create to actually pay for the stake pool registration process. And in the second video, we are going to do the actual registration process of your stake pool, right? But this might be the trickiest part because this is the first and it can be a little bit frustrating. I am using a Mac operating system, okay? So let's go right into it. And let me share my screen with you. I have three screens here, three sessions here. Right now they are just text files, but this is how my actual sessions were in the terminal were looking when I was doing this process. So I wanted to show you what happens in the whole process. At the beginning, the only window that I had was that, because when you download the Cardano wallet from the repository, they recommend you that you save Cardano wallet in a folder in a directory that is already in your path. So that's what I did. I already saved it in user local bin, and here I have my Cardano wallet, and I tried to initialize it or to run it to start it by using the recommended command, which was Cardano wallet launch Genesis block hash. I input the Genesis block hash of the incentivized testnet. This minus here followed by this minus config means that we are passing these parameters to Jormungandr, because when you start Cardano wallet, it immediately and automatically starts Jormungandr for you. So this is the recommended process, but I immediately got an error, and this error was that found argument was listened, which was unexpected or isn't valid in this context. I spent a few minutes, more than I wanted, trying to figure out what was going on, and fortunately, I immediately, or after a few minutes, I could find my answer. And the thing was that I was going to initialize not Cardano wallet, as here, but I started Jormungandr first. And I used the normal passive node configuration in this case. Jormungandr minus Genesis block hash, the Genesis block hash of the incentivized testnet, and the config file for the incentivized testnet, right? And it immediately started the node, and everything was easy and simple and smooth, and everything was running pretty well. I started a few minutes, and after a few minutes, once the node started syncing blocks, I actually opened another terminal that was this logs Cardano wallet. And in this terminal, what I did was actually initialize or started the Cardano wallet, but not with the launch command, but with the serve command. This is because I wanted to connect it, Cardano wallet, to an already running node, which was that, rather than using the launch command, which starts a Jormungandr node on its own, right? So I am using the port 3100, and this is the default listening port for the Cardano wallet, and well, the Genesis hash, and that's that. After a few minutes, a few seconds, the Cardano wallet started running pretty well. And immediately we could see a lot of things happening here. And after a few minutes, I guess I was something like here when I actually opened another terminal, which was this, and this is where most of the things happen. I am gonna drag this up, and well, once the Cardano wallet software was working, what I did was to use this command /Cardano wallet network information to see how things were going. If I was syncing properly, if everything was running well with my software, and it was, right? After this command, this is the output, and this output tells you that sync progress, status ready. Okay, so it was quick. I got synced very easily, and the next things you have to do is to actually use this curl command, which it is shown here. Here, let me tell you where I am. Here, I use the curl command to restore your Byron wallet, which is your wallet that you created when the snapshot was taken, right? We have to restore that wallet. To do that, you need your 12-word sentence that you have in your actual Cardano wallet in mainnet. You need that passphrase to restore that wallet. Obviously, I have changed my 12 words, and you have to do this command and create a JSON file with your 12-word passphrase, and this is the output that you get from that command. And one of the most important things you have to notice about this output is the ID, because this is the ID of your wallet, and obviously I have changed this wallet, this ID for this video. It was a different number, a different sequence, but this is the kind of output you get. And after that, you want to save this this ID, because you are going to use it very in the next steps. So you export Byron ID, and it is equal to your actual ID that gets from the output of the previous command, and then you are going to do this curl http localhost Byron wallet that, just to check the status of your wallet and to monitor it and to see if it is already restored. And this is the output that you are looking for. You are looking for the state, status ready, and the balance. And this balance should match the balance you actually have in mainnet or in the snapshot, right? Okay, at the time in mainnet, at the time of the snapshot. So this is my actual balance. And with that, the next step is to create a new wallet. We are going to generate a new mnemonic. So for that, you use // to make sure just that you are running the Cardano wallet software that is in that particular folder. That is why I always use the // and then you use mnemonic generate minus size equal 15 because you want a 15 word mnemonic, and you get a mnemonic. Obviously, I have also changed this mnemonic by this nice 15 word phrase. This is the output with 15 words when generating new wallet with previous command. See? So yes, you are going to use these mnemonics to create a new wallet, and this wallet is as demonstrated in this tutorial. You name it however you want, but they should use this my Shelley wallet in this example, so I used that exact same name. So then .cardano wallet create my Shelley wallet and use your 15-word mnemonic sentence to create it. Then it asks for a 9 to 12 word mnemonics as a second factor if you want it, but I didn't. And then you have to enter a passphrase, and it asks for your passphrase for a second time just for verification, and this is the output of that command. This is the output, and as you can see, the output gives you also an ID because you are creating a new wallet. This is also I have also changed this particular ID because this is very sensitive information, so I changed it. And well, the same as before, you want to export that to a Shelley ID, and you save it because you are going to use it a few times later on. And for the next step, what you are going to do is also monitor how is that Byron wallet, in how that migration is going on. And as you can see, you use that command with your my secure passphrase, and then you get it. Here the output is here we are. Here it says pending, but after a few minutes you can see that if I check for the transaction history of that wallet, I can see that in the output it says that the status is in the ledger. So I have actually migrated my Byron wallet to a Shelley wallet, and I have this balance, which was the correct balance, and you have the output, the quantity, also the balance, and this balance is in Lovelasses. You have the address, and well, this is up until here everything is going fine. Then you can also we checked with the transaction list, but you can also check it with the Cardano wallet get to see the actual wallet. Okay, so you use ./Cardano wallet get, and the ID. Obviously, you could have used the ID itself, but I am using the environmental variable. And then you can see in the output, which is here, you can see that everything is fine, because the state is ready, and you have this balance in global assets, and the name is my Shelley wallet as we chose. And actually, I didn't delete it. I'm gonna blur this because this is the actual ID of the. I'm not sure, but I think it is the actual ID of the real Shelley wallet. So I will delete this mnemonics, this ID, just or not. I am a little lost here, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna move up so that I am not exposing this and I don't have much things to blur. And here we go. The next step after that, you have to use the Cardano wallet mnemonic reward credential, because we are going to create an account for the rewards, right? So we are going to use our previous passphrase, our 12-word, 15-word mnemonics, to get our secret key. And I save this private key into owner.prv, which is a file that will contain the actual public key, the actual secret key. And then you use JCLI. This is the first time we use JCLI, if I'm correct. And we use JCLI to get our public key out from our secret key. So .jcli key to public, and you can use this if you are using a file, or you have to use, I guess the command is input, or the option is input, and then the actual secret key. And then save this, whatever the output of this is, save it into this file, owner.pub, and then you have to generate a new address. Once you have this public key saved in this file, you can use .jcli address account -- testing prefix address, and then I'm extracting the actual public key to pass it to this command, and I'm going to tell it the output. Please save the output of this command, save it into a file, and name it owner.address or ADDR. And the output of this thing is gets stored in this file. And now I get the computer to read the content of the file we created, just to get to know the address, because I am going to use it soon. And this is the actual step where you create the transaction. You use this command .cardano wallet transaction create. Remember that this environmental variable is where I stored my Shelley wallet ID. And I use -- payment, and this is the amount. In this case, I was going to send just a couple of ADAs, just because this is the first testing transaction, and I use this address, and you have to use this syntax. You have to use the symbol that I don't know the name in English. In Spanish we say arroba. I don't know how it's called in English, but you use the sign that you use for your email, right? And send it at this address, which was the address that I just created a step before. And it asks for your passphrase, which is your spending password. And this is the output of the transaction itself. As you can see, it is pending this amount of global assets, and this is the input. I am using my wallet with all that balance, and the output is I am getting, let's say, my change, to this address, which is also controlled by this wallet, and the actual amount that I wanted to send to this address is here, and it was sent to this address, and it was pending. So next, you can go to JCLI and check your actual balance in your account with the API call, account get. I am reading here the actual content of the owner.addr, which is the address, which is this, and the REST listen port, and you have the output, and here it is. Now I have 0 transactions here. I have no delegation to no pools, no rewards, no epoch, no rewards yet, because I have just created this transaction to this address, and I have received 2 ADAs and change, right? Then I'm going to create a second transaction, because what I need is enough ADA to pay for the transaction fee, that I guess it is somewhere around 500 ADA. So for creating a stake pool, I mean. So then you go here, Cardano wallet transaction create, exactly the same as before. This is the environmental variable where I stored the Shelley ID of the wallet, minus payment, the amount, and I am sending 500 ADA and change to that address, which is the same as before. And then the status is pending, the amount is that, because it is different, because it is considering the transaction fee, right? In this case, it's somehow like half an ADA, I guess, something like that, for that transaction, right? The transaction fee. So the input is the whole wallet, and it is using this address, which is an UTXO address, and it is sending to the change of the transaction, is sending it to this new address. This is also an UTXO address, and now we are getting our funds into this address that we created before. At this moment, the transaction is pending, and I guess that's that. And after that, you can just check your actual balance with the API call, account get. And here we are. It is still the same. It hasn't getting a block yet, but in the second call, the funds were already transferred. So with that, we are now ready to create our stake pool certificate by using, I guess, the scripts. I haven't get to that step yet, so I guess I'm gonna record that. So I hope this works, and I hope this helps a little bit to understand what is going on. Some of the trickiest part I found was to actually get the correct transactions, and I was following the Telegram channel when doing this, and there was a lot of confusion of why I'm not getting the correct balance, and the funds appear in my Cardano wallet, but they are not showing off when you see that direction in the JCLI. And the reason is that because the addresses that you get in the Cardano wallet are UTXO addresses, and with your JCLI call, what you are looking for is the address of an account type address, right? The balance of an address of type account. So this is why you're not getting it, and this is why you actually have to create a transaction to a account type address that can actually handle the transaction for the creation of the stake pool. So see you in the next video, where I actually create the stake pool certificate and send it to the blockchain, and then I'm gonna register it to the Cardano Foundation registry, just to allow it to show in Daedalus and Yoroi when it happens. So see you soon, guys. I hope this works.